Ready.
Hello, world! Welcome to a brand new episode of a brand new style of episodes here on my channel. We are in City Skylines, of course. However, we're doing something new today. I didn't make this city. No, sir, indeed. This city was sent to me by a fine gentleman of the name Max Ampere. And he sent it to me because I put a call out there. I put out a call saying, my friends, I have learned my calling in this world, and that calling is to make cities in City Skylines beautiful. And I asked if anyone had a city that they would send me that they wanted me to make more prettier. So Max sent me this city. This city is Terra Frosta Extreme, maybe. And he said essentially just do whatever you please with it. So we will get into what the plans are. But yes, this is something that I'm hoping to do. So sit back, relax, see if you like what I do. And if you do, and if you have a city that you want beautified, let me know here in the YouTube comments, over on Twitter. Let me know what you are looking to make happen, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, let's get stuck right in, and we'll talk about what the challenges are going to be with this map. So what makes Terra Frosta so difficult to make pretty? I mean, the first should be obvious. It's snowfall, and something that we are going to face is when we zoom in here and we place a normal tree, you'll see that many of the trees that are typically very pretty, these pink guys, they are barren, my friends. So, you know, I can't put pink in the city. So what I need to do, one of my first things I will do, is I plan on getting all of the trees put down that don't have that effect done to them. So these bamboo, actually, I'm pleasantly surprised. The bamboo looks great. So that will be something, oh, you go over there, that we need to figure out. Snowfall brings that challenge to us, and it doesn't just do it with trees. Snowfall puts snow on every asset that exists. And so things become very washed out. And so I will want to find a way to try to bring some color into this. Even the rocks. Yes, cool. One of the ways that I would have done it was with the tiles from the Park Life DLC, because they still show up, like for example the red and the blue from the amusement park still show up kind of red and blue in the snow, but Max didn't use the Park Life DLC in this save. So I've tried very hard to disable all of the DLCs that he did not use. When I come here, there are still some Park Life assets showing up. Now I'm not sure why that is, but I'm going to not use them, which makes my heart very sad because, you know, tables and chairs, they look super great in the snow. Everything looks great in the snow. We love snow, snowy flowers. Do you see what I'm getting at here? So yeah, we'll have to see what props do actually do well in the snow. There is also no extra assets in general. Let me just start getting rid of these. So the only mods that Max said that he used when he gave this to me was Network Extensions 2 and Traffic Manager. Now it looks like Traffic Manager didn't carry over super well. I think maybe it was an old version he was using and I couldn't subscribe to it. So we'll have to see what happens there when I hand this city back to him. But the only other mods I have installed are pretty camera mods, because we like to do pretty camera things, and just some mods that let me place props places. That still potentially feels a little cheaty to some people, and I get that, I understand that. But we can only do so much. Maybe one day. Oh, look at this guy. Are you Park Life? Ooh. That's a tiny, tiny bit of color, maybe. Not really. We'll see. So maybe one day we'll do 100% vanilla. Someone gives me a vanilla map, I'll do vanilla. But Max was comfortable using mods anyways, so we'll see what we can do with those. So to get us started, I am going to do a small time lapse of me kind of maybe doing some broader beautification techniques that I have accumulated over the years. And then when we get into some detailing, I'll bring you guys in and kind of explain the theories I have behind what I'm doing. So let's see where we should get started. Now you've seen how I start beautifying places. Is I fix the land around anywhere that's uneven, and then you know, trees. Trees are such an easy go-to when trying to make things look pretty. So this was a pretty straightforward little forest thing. I wanted to make some forest somewhere that's more dense than, you know, the trees that are spattered around. But I do not believe that the unlimited trees mod is installed. So I'm gonna try to be as sparse-ish as possible. And this temple complex already has the bamboo around it, so it made sense to me to just do a wee one there. And I try to do some cool lines that seem to go with the flow, question mark. Anywho. So yeah, you saw me place the double bamboo and then the single bamboos, and then I took a tree from nearby and just smattered it in. I'm gonna take this opportunity just to come in here and throw in some rocks with you on screen, because who doesn't like rocks? I sure do. So we're gonna put this guy right there. Beautiful. And then I wanted to make use of these. Yeah, we might as well throw down some pretty, you know, tall rocks and stuff. I try to make them look semi-random, like a human didn't come in here and do this. I wouldn't focus on it too awful much, but basically, my style is a lot of put things down and then zoom out and look at it, and if it looks whack, get back in there and see what needs to be changed. So I'm trying to, I think that looks totally fine. And I might make fairly, I don't want to say heavy use of, but I'll make a good use of the rock assets or stone assets or whatever in this map because it's Snowfall, right? So the other thing that would make a lot of sense here is just some trees that have fallen down because, you know, there's a forest there. So we'll tuck those into the forest, make them look like they belong. Now they are all facing the same way. That's not okay. That is not okay. So let's fix that. Where was it? Was this guy. He can be over here. But then we also don't want to make it look like we noticed they were all going the same direction and then changed one, but I think it's alright. I think that's okay. So there you go, there's some detail, and that's how it's done. The other thing I wanted to do was, I feel like this is a good roundabout to decorate the inside of, because we have these tall structures here. So what I'm going to do is get rid of what's on it. And I'm tempted to try a trick that I actually learned from this fella named Golfhouse, who I know over on Twitch. And what he did was he raised the land. Now I'm not super good with the vanilla version of this, so I'm going to raise it a wee bit, and then I'm going to take that height and make everything that height. And let's go smaller. Yeah, it looks so much nicer when you have more mods available to you. I wonder if we want to do that. Let's try it. Let's see where this leads us. And if I need to, I'll just lower the land and show you what it looks like afterwards. But what I envisioned here was... Tell me these... Okay, these are a vanilla thing. Good. I envisioned one of these, because look, we have those big tall towers, right? So, they're obviously not quite as tall, but I think that's a good thing. Can we get a big honker in there? We could. I think that looks better, doesn't it? I like this one. So let's get this fella as center as we can. I don't really care what way it's rotated. Bam. And then we look at what trees come with it and we use them. So now I take... Hello. I take my Move It mod and I plaster some more trees around. I do have Prop Entry Anarchy on right now. The shortcut for that is Shift P. I don't leave it on all the time because it can really make you sad when you accidentally put down a whole bunch of trees over a street. But in situations like this, where I want these tree props to be over top of this prop technically, then I will indeed have it on. So we will turn this up to speed 3. We'll come back here at night and see what this place looks like at night, and we'll make sure to do those lights at night. But for now, I think that's okay. I think that's quite all right. We might end up putting some of the bamboo trees down there as well, kind of between the lighting. Looking at this area, there is mostly white lighting, so I'm going to keep that theme. I'm not going to do something different. I think that's the best way to approach it. So for now, I'm going to put one light at each, north, south. Wow, north, south, east, west, right, top, right, left, bottom. And I think I'll just continue to fill in the half spaces until it's as lit up as I want it to be. That might be it. I'm going to try one more round and then we'll look at it and see if we want to delete these last extra ones. That looks great. I'm down with that. Perfect. So let us also put in a bamboo tree or two in here. Do you think we could make them in a pattern? I think that will look good. The inside of roundabouts, when I'm doing them, I do typically enjoy when they look manicured. Like they look like someone went in there and tried to do something. I don't make them too natural. So having this pattern of tree light, tree light, tree light, I like it. Perfect. I think that's good. We'll come back and see what that looks like at daytime. But yeah, I'm down with that. That looks great. While we are at nighttime, let's go over to the train tracks and see what we can do with lighting here. I did install the prop and tree line tool or prop line tool mod. So it will allow us to put lights in a line. And I could have used the circle part of it for that bit I just did, I realized. But orange warning light. I think warning lights make a lot of sense for a train area, don't you? Now, the problem is not having this light available, so I'm gonna see if I can get this in there. Let's try this. We'll just go straight over. We'll go all the way and then we'll just delete any extras. Oh, now those are going to be quite close together, aren't they? Yes. Let's try that again. Okay, we have some warning lights. Let's get the light out of the way. And they tinkle! That sounds funny, doesn't it? Yeah, I think those make sense, right? Let's get rid of this one. It looks out of line. Now, doing this has become increasingly difficult, so I find that easier. Yeah, now where do these other two stop? We're gonna get rid of these three. So I've just got prop selected here. I do this. I make sure that nothing else is selected and I press bulldoze. Done. For now, let's switch it up and see if we can't just get some detailing done. We have a beautiful sunrise happening somewhere. And this area, so I'm zoomed out on the city, trying to find some places where we can do some detailing inside the city. These empty spaces speak to me, but this actually speaks to me the most. So we're gonna come in here, and there's a park over here, I think, right? What is this? A snowman park. So, of course, that means we are going to make our own little park. A little playground kind of thing, because the vanilla game has the assets for that. We'll go back to placing single, please. So, over here, how do we want to do this? I feel like the park side can be, whoa, more over here. There we go. That looks a little bit better. So we'll get some merry-go-rounds in. We'll do 4 in a, maybe not totally a square. Yeah, we'll do that. As the trams go by, get some swings in there. I want to put them kind of in a line, actually. Let's see. Do some swings. These two we'll do side by side, and then we'll get one of these fellas in there. See how that looks? Yes, good. Now there are sandboxes, and I know it's winter, but I'm gonna put them in anyways because we are not super chock full of options here. So, I mean, sandboxes exist and they get filled in the winter, so sure. We have some teeter-totters, which just like the swings, we'll put right in a row. And we'll do kind of a couple of each sort of thing. Let's do this fella over here. Make it look a little bit less, I don't know. This slide thing, here's, I think I mentioned earlier that I was going to struggle to get color into the place. Well, this will help. And I'm going to build it not facing the path, because I feel like everything has been facing the path so far. So we'll do that. Slide complex, awesome. It also has some color. So we will get that fella. And back here, I think. Or do we want them close to each other? I think I remember growing up as a kid, all these little things used to be close to each other. So we'll put it here, facing the other one. Good. And then we're just into the flower pots in this section. So we won't get into that quite yet. These are signs, these are signs. I think there was, yes, this was the other thing that I wanted to do over here, was get some picnic benches and that sort of thing going, because that kind of makes sense to have near a children's park, right? Place for everyone to eat and be merry. So we'll get those in like so. That looks like something you'd have at a house, so we won't put that down. A dog park sign, we'll do a dog park somewhere else, but we'll just get some of these tables in here too. These will be a little bit more haphazard. Beautiful. And I think we do need some sort of plantation or whatever, but how to make them look like you know, not super 100% manicured, but still like someone did this and put it together on purpose? That's the question. Where do those benches go? I would like a bench, please. Scrolling, scrolling. I'll get some benches over here to watch the kids. Because parents need to watch the kids play. And yeah, we'll put it facing the back of the path. Is that weird? Might be weird. I don't know, but we're doing it. It's happening. Cool. Alright, so I'll do a little bit more work on this. And maybe get some small trees in here. And we'll see what we can do next. So you just saw me put down a whole bunch of stuff. We will do like a bit of a overview at the end of the video of everything that I've done. But I've been doing some detailing, planting some trees as well. And I thought this area, so we put down the lights here, right? This is the train station that we put down the lights by. So I thought this area here might be a good place to use these assets. They're kind of like old, dilapidated buildings, and this fella is just a bit too big. So what we're gonna do is we're going to move some of the parks that Max has down here. Oh, I see what he's done. Okay, so let's try to get these, you know what, they're as in line as possible. What I'll probably do is take the Move It mod and just scooch this guy just enough so that they're actually look like they're in line, because I like what he's done there. And then hopefully that will mean this guy can fit. Yay! Oh, is he too big this way? Ooh, so here's a tip. I don't have like normal anarchy installed, just because it wasn't on the list and I didn't think I would need it using like not doing any road work. So I just placed it somewhere where I can place it, and then I'm dragging it over here and I'm using, this is all with the Move It mod now, and it still works. No anarchy needed. So I mean, it's the same effect, but there. So yeah, we'll plunk that guy in. It's like an old abandoned warehouse looking thing. And then let us, what's this guy? Oh yeah, this is a old farmhouse. I don't think this kind of fits the area because this isn't exactly farming. We'll do that somewhere else. These bunkers though, they kind of fit if we're going with that theme of old abandoned weird stuff. So let us get them on the hill here. We'll actually have it facing this way. That would make sense. Have it going into the ground, and we'll kind of put it back a little bit. Yes, this guy is another bunker, but it looks like it's got like a tank in it and stuff, which, I mean, it makes me uncomfortable, let's be honest, but we're doing it anyways, just because it fits. Now this castle guy, I'm really hoping, or I'm calling it a castle, who knows if it's actually a castle. It is now. It is in the city of Terra, Frosta. So we'll put him down there, and then I wanted to get like the ruins over here. I think this looks great. Yes, this won't fit. We could probably, yeah, we'll get, whoa, sorry for all the crazy camera work. We'll get the broken down cars and stuff over here. And I don't want to use too many of them, but yeah, I know they look the same as each other, but there's really not a lot we can do about that. And then I think that's probably it for these ones. So yeah, so now we take the rocks that do everything. So I think propping tree anarchy is on, but actual anarchy is not. So I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to place it, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to move it to where I want it to be. Which is right there, I think. Does that... Yep, that looks fine that way. That's good. And let's get some more rocks happening. So I feel like this video has been, or is going to be, pretty time-lapsey, and maybe a little bit less of I'm explaining what I'm doing than I originally wanted. But an idea occurred to me today to potentially put out a series of like little mini videos, little 5-minute videos each kind of thing, that just target one tactic that I use to make things pretty. So that's a thought. If you like that idea, like a 5-minute video on how to make a pretty forest, or a 5-minute video on how to arrange rocks to look good, I guess. I don't know, you know, that kind of thing. So if that's something you think you'd be into, let me know. I'd be glad to hear it. I'm going to turn off snapping for this. Let's see. Now, see, it won't let me do it. So again, I'm just going to place it where it will let me place it. And then I'm going to take the move it mod and I'm going to bring it to where I actually want it to be, which is right there-ish. And I actually think I should be able to do this now. Yes, and it turns for me, which is really great. So we'll tuck that into the corner and then carry this guy on to the park. Maybe we'll bring that just so we can see that line consistently there. Perfect. I like it. I like it a lot. We'll chuck a tree or two in here, or maybe some rocks. Yeah, maybe we'll leave the trees like right out of it. Let's do some rock edge, also known as rockage, also known as toady is a twit. Let's see. We'll get the short one in here again. Perfect. So we got some like ruins going on there. Excellent. So let's find a place for that old farmhouse together. Where could it go? Oh, this is an industrial area over here. That makes sense to me. Yeah, that's all geothermal. Let's put it here next to this park. I'm going to delete the props and stuff that are here right now. And then, where did it go? Farmhouse. Yeah. We shall. Now I don't really want to put it immediately next to the park. What about putting the graveyard next to the park? Oh, it's so big. Can it scooch in there? It can if we do the move it mod trick. So, place it, get out of it, take the move it mod, and boop, scooch it on over. Oh, let's get rid of that tree. Where's that with it? Oh, it's with it. Okay. So we will just, I'm just trying to see these borders. I'm trying to have them not like hit anything, right? Excellent. That's great. That makes total sense to me to have a graveyard in the middle of the city. And I'm not even being facetious. And the farmhouse. Oh, we could put it back here. Sir, there's been a lot of that going on. I'm not entirely sure what causes it. I think it happens when the Sims, or whatever we're calling them, are going to a parking lot. Like, see, he went to that parking lot, but he went there like from over here. So, I don't know. We'll just go with it. Excellent. So I will continue this little area, do some other tidbits, and see what the next thing is we can do together. Something that I tried to do a couple times today and failed at is I took this area here when I was looking at the map for the first little while to kind of see what I wanted to do. I looked at this area here and I thought that it was perfect to put a lake, because I am very used to having a mod where you can just plunk a water source down and then it makes a lake. Guess what? That mod is not installed here. So then I tried to put a these guys, the water pumps in, and I pumped in water from out, like from the city, but it made the area super polluted. So then I tried to make a separate water pumping facility from the city. So I took it here, dropped it there, and even had its own little warmer and everything. And that just straight up didn't work. So we are not going to have a lake here. But what we are going to try to have is like, because it's all so flat, right? So we want to get some sort of elevation to try to make it a little bit more interesting. So what I'm doing now is trying to make an area that is a different elevation, And I think I'm gonna fill it with rocks. Just, I don't know, to see like, I'm thinking like an old quarry type thing? Question mark? So let me get this looking not hideous. I mean, that would be great if it was a lake, which I guess I'm used to building. Yeah, let me get this not looking like hot garbage, and then we'll see what we can fill in and make it pretty and stuff. Okay, so that doesn't look like sweet garbage, I don't think. When we zoom out, it kind of looks like something happened here or something. So let us get some of these surface rocks, these guys, and start putting them down and seeing what sort of mayhem we can cause with them. Obviously, when I said surface rock, I just meant all the rocks. I'm okay with that, how that looks. I think that looks all right. And then the pièce de résistance, if you will, is going to be taking in some trees from the forest across the way. And I don't want them to be super dense. I definitely want this area to be about the cool rocks. But I think that they have to exist. Mostly because these assets, the big rocks, come with trees around them, so I feel as though it would look odd if there weren't any other trees around as well. So we're gonna get some in, and yeah, I'm okay with this. I think this looks just fine. We'll get a couple redwoods in here, and then we will have to just leave this be. The last thing I think I want to do together is getting this interchange decorated. I think it's awesome. I love the way it looks. I can only guess that Max made it himself and or modified one. But I love it. It's great. My struggle is that I don't know if we will have enough space to fit these. And even if we do, are they gonna look super cheesy? I think they just might, right? I already tried some of the other rocks and they don't fit. But yeah, if we have like 4 of those big tall rocks standing up, I think that'll look pretty ham. But I don't know quite what else we can do in here, but I feel like it needs something, you know? So maybe we can see if we can work out like a manicured look. Kind of like we did with the roundabout over here. Like this definitely does not look natural, right? So maybe we can get something similar in all 4 of these. So let's see what I can come up with. So this is what I've come up with. We will see what it looks like at night, but it's got the potted plants in a circle, it's got the trees in a circle. We're just actually going to adjust these 2 plants here. Oh, let's undo that. Let's redo that. Let's escape. Let's try this again. Okay, please pick this plant, tuck it right there. When you use the circle option, it sometimes will place the last 2 kind of close together if you're not really looking at it proper. So now I'm going to go to the select tool, props and trees, please. Select them all. I'm going to move them to where I want them. Control C to copy, and I'm going to paste this in each of the 4 corners. Like so. Perfect. Now he has done, go back to this. So all of these other roads, ramps between the 2, he's done that little squiggly boodle, but he hasn't done on this corner. So I'm gonna see. I'm not the hottest at working with these roads or with off ramps and stuff, but I'm certainly going to try, and I'm going to see if I can make that happen here because I think that was a great job. Well, what do we think? I believe I'm at the point where I'm going to call this case closed. I've done quite a bit of prop placement and tree placement and a little bit of landscaping, and I think I've done pretty well all I can for this without just going around and just kind of doing the same details everywhere because the assets are so limited. So let's go over kind of each main, I guess, area or main thing that I did. This area you're only going to see at night. I only put the lights in. I don't think there should be too much done around train and plane. However, here I've put in a nice forest around the tram depot, and I did just some minor detailing in front of it. Whoa, look at all those folks. Wow. Got distracted there. So yes, I continued that forest across here and then cut it off with a nice like swooping motion, I guess. This area I think I like. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts in the comments below on this area. I tried to do a little bit of landscaping just to introduce some levels into the city because the areas that have been purchased are so flat. So we did the, I don't know, dig in or whatever, where I originally wanted a lake, threw some rocks down. Everybody loves rocks. Tried to build some small mountains, hills, things. So yeah, let me know specifically what you think about that. I think it's okay. I don't think I love it, but I don't know how I would love it more. So I'm trying to kind of chew on that and figure that out. Over here we did, yes, the big manicured roundabout center, which I really love. And we put the kind of bamboo forest around this area, carried it over here. That was all we did there. Let's see, just a little bit, oh yeah, the manicured, I don't know, touch-ups or whatever in the interchange. This area looks pretty nice, I think. And then these solar panels that, as you zoom out, they fade out pretty quick, so yeah, it is what it is, right? We did a little bit of detailing somewhere around here. Yes, right here. We did a little bit of detailing, adding this plaza area and this kind of industry area. We did a fair amount of detailing here by the tramabout, we're going to call it. We've just got a small grassy area on this side, but over here we've got the full children's park, you know, with all the play sets and stuff included. We got some pretty rocks. Everybody loves rocks. And a very small amount of boxes and stuff. So this is a nice detailed zoom-in-able area. Another zoom-in-able area is up here, where we did another little plaza, homemade plaza over this side. Try to get some color in with these chirpy lights. Some Christmas trees with the best presents I could find underneath them. And come over this way and, you know, a gazebo area with stuff. Over here by the train and plane, there is this that is creating some pollution. I think it's the incineration plant that's creating the pollution. And so the trees look pretty gross. So I chose to use these redwoods because instead of becoming twig type trees like these ones that came with this rock, they turn orange, which, you know, we'll just argue is like fall colors or something, right? So try to make that look nice. Another thing you'll see that I did along kind of each of the quays is I ended them in rocks. I think that's kind of the nicest way you could end them without just carrying them along completely all around, which we can't do if we don't unlock all of the tiles. So everywhere that you see the quay end, it's not a quay, is it? The wall. Everywhere you see the wall end is in rocks. When possible, I like to end them under bridges so it's a little bit less conspicuous. And then over here, I just did some minor detailing around the interchange that kind of led into the ending of the wall. Made it feel a little bit more natural. Over here, we added a forest in between the train lines and just a little bit of detailing inside the airport center. I tried to find something nice to put in here. I didn't want to just spam trees, but I just couldn't find anything better than this. So that's what that looks like, and I think I put lights in there. And, oh yeah, here's another kind of larger ending to the wall. So I think that's about it. There's quite a few places in the little city itself that I went in and tried to do some detailing. You know, just putting in props and making it look like someone lives there or hangs out there or that kind of thing. Oh yeah, I did so over here as well with the rocks around this park. I think I did a little manual park over here. Yes, I did. So I did what I could with a Snowfall map. I'm really pleased with the challenge of having a Snowfall map. And having essentially a vanilla game. Vanilla assets for sure. I would love to take on a challenge of beautifying a city with more assets, more mods. So if you've got that, let me know. Twitter, comments, anywhere. Come hang out my Discord, poke me, let me know. But yes, huge thank you to Max Ampere for sending me this map. I will Max streams on Twitch as well, so I will put his Twitch link in the description below. Be sure to check him out. I believe he's what you would call a variety streamer for the most part. So if that's your thing, see what you can do. And yeah, this has been the first episode of Beautify Your City. What a view. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you would rather see something done this way or something said that way, or further explanation of what I'm actually trying to do. And otherwise, just tell me a good thing in the comments. We love good things. All right, that's it. Thanks very much, guys.